TikTok is a major foreign threat.
The bill would remove TikTok from app stores in the U.S.
This lobster is TikTok, and this is the House of Representatives.
Mr. Chu, does TikTok access the home Wi-Fi network?
You be on TikTok, G? I'm going to smack the fuck out of him.
What are we gonna do without TikTok?
You can choose what you see and how you see it. They can make you believe things that are not true.
If they pass it, I'll sign it.
ByteDance is vowing to fight the ban in court, calling it a clear violation of the First Amendment.
The short-form brain rot platform that consumes 170 million Americans' daily lives has recently been in the process of being banned. A bill was passed giving the owners of TikTok 12 months to sell it to an American company, or else it will be banned in the United States. But it seems like they don't want to sell it. And in fact, they're suing because they think that this ban is unconstitutional. So will TikTok really be banned? What would happen if it was banned? How would they ban it? Would it be a good thing if it got banned? And finally, how did TikTok get to this point? Back in 2014, an app was launched called Musical.ly. This app was pretty popular among teenagers who loved making cringy little lip sync videos. I definitely made a couple of these Musical.ly videos in my day. Thankfully, those are lost in the depths of the internet somewhere. Anyways, this app was pretty popular for a bit in 2015. Fast forward to 2018, the company ByteDance bought Musical.ly for $800 million and merged it with their app TikTok. So all the people who were on Musical.ly were now on TikTok instead. At first, it was looked at as this place where people would post, cringy dancing videos and unfunny skits and stuff like that. But as the years went on, TikTok became a respected medium. Short-form content became a regular part of a lot of people's everyday lives. As more and more talented people started posting their creative ideas on TikTok, it became something unrecognizable from the lip-syncing, cringy Musical.ly days. That being said, though, there is no doubt quite a bit of stupid brain rot content on TikTok. From the videos that have like 6 different things going on at the same time with Subway Surfers and podcast clips and Family Guy and subtitles, the disturbing side where you can see some really up and sad videos, the cringy boys, the memes and terms that make literally no sense to anyone who isn't chronically online, and the absolutely stupid trends that start as a joke and turn into extremely worrying public health and safety risks. This platform has a fair share of downsides, and I'm going to be talking all about those in this video, but I also want to make sure that I'm not overshadowing all of the good that has come from TikTok. There is a lot of really funny and really talented people who use TikTok as their stepping stone into the public eye. It helps a lot of streamers break out and start being able to monetize their content. It helps millions of small business owners funnel sales into their companies, and it provides a way for anybody with a smartphone and a connection to the internet to express themselves in a way that has never been so accessible. This platform has a lot of benefits. I've personally never really been a TikTok user. I never open my phone with the intention of watching short form content. Occasionally I'll accidentally fall into YouTube Shorts or Instagram Reels, but I never seek them out. They just suck me in. But I personally prefer to watch either long form YouTube videos, TV shows, or even longer form podcasts. I personally feel like short form content doesn't provide as much value as something that is longer and more thought out does. But over the past week, I've been using TikTok to see what I've been missing out on. I saw some funny videos. I also saw some disturbing videos.
I did see one disturbing video. It was basically of this police officer getting shot.
But that being said, I get why so many people like using TikTok. It's fun to watch, and it's addicting. I mean, just me watching a few videos turned into me watching for like an hour and a half, and I did not even know where the time went. Now, keep in mind, TikTok isn't being banned because it's a bad influence. While there are definitely some cases to argue that, it's being banned because it's a, quote, national security risk. Now, it's also worth noting that this is not the first attempt of the US to ban TikTok. You might recall hearing people talk about TikTok's potential ban way back in 2020, when Trump threatened to ban TikTok for the same exact reasons that you hear today. He thought that since this app that is owned by a Chinese company that so many Americans use, it could be taken over by the Chinese Communist Party in order to push propaganda on us, or steal our data, or get involved with our politics. And they resisted this, saying that Trump was trying to use this to sway the 2020 election. Once Biden won the election in 2020, he overturned some of Trump's executive orders, which included the one that he made about banning TikTok. But interestingly, if you fast forward to 2022, Biden signed the No TikTok on Government Devices Act. Now, if you couldn't tell, that makes it so you can't use TikTok on government devices, which shows that the government was still viewing TikTok as a potential threat. I would say this is definitely a good thing. I mean, there's no benefit to letting TikTok be on government devices. I mean, just in case TikTok were to have access to sensitive information on your phone, we don't want that to be very sensitive information at the United States government level. Now, if it stopped there, it would be one thing, but it didn't. In March of 2024, the Protecting Americans from Foreign Adversaries Controlled Applications Act was unanimously passed, and Biden signed it into law on April 24th, 2024. This gives ByteDance until January of 2025 to sell TikTok, or else it will be banned from the United States. So yeah, we've been being edged, to use a TikTok word here, to the idea of TikTok being banned since way back in 2020. But this time, it actually might be happening. Also, if you think about it, it's kind of a bold move for the president to sign a bill like this in an election year. As I mentioned earlier, 170 million Americans use TikTok. There's 330 million Americans, meaning that literally half of the American population uses TikTok. And it's safe to assume that most people who use TikTok are not super fond about this ban. Now, I would hope that US voters are smart enough to not make their decision on who they're voting for president purely based on this, but I'm just saying, it doesn't help his case. It's insane to ban a platform of this size. Now, of course, if it was banned, all those people who are on those platforms would just move over to Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts, but it's not quite the same. First of all, they would lose their personalized feed, which of course isn't the end of the world, but it would suck. Now, for us YouTube creators, this might be an actually positive thing. Think about it. That's half of the American population that is now way more likely to choose YouTube as a place to spend their time watching content. If it were banned, it would also eliminate all of those stupid brain-dead trends that start on there. For example, the one where people would eat Tide Pods. I still cannot believe people are that fucking stupid. Or the one where people are using a nail file to file down their teeth. Ouch, bro. I hate watching that. But honestly, it wouldn't stop all that. That sort of thing is inevitable to happen on the internet. It's not something that's unique to TikTok. TikTok was banned, people would just do that same stupid shit over on YouTube and Instagram instead. And the same goes for everything else that makes TikTok weird. All the fucked up pranks and disturbing videos and stupid terms and overstimulating videos, they would all just move over to these other platforms. And in fact, I think they already have. TikTok really popularized short form content, and this wave has definitely led to some negatives. For example, a lot of people's attention spans are absolutely shit now. This is definitely a problem, but at this point, the damage is done. And even if you take away TikTok, this sort of content and this sort of brain rot is just gonna exist everywhere else. So in my opinion, the bad that comes with banning TikTok far outweighs the good. First of all, a lot of TikTokers would lose their income, which I know, TikToker, it has a pretty negative connotation. I get that. You might be thinking, I don't care about no damn TikTokers. But there are a lot of people who use TikTok for good, and a lot of people who use it to support other businesses and jobs that you should respect. Not saying you shouldn't respect TikTokers, but you know what I'm saying. For example, there are a lot of small businesses whose main stream of income comes from promoting themselves via TikTok. And a lot of big companies pour a significant amount of their ad budget into TikTok as well. The bottom line is, a lot of people would lose their hard-earned income, which is not cool. Sure, they could build it up on another platform, but sometimes going viral like that is like catching lightning in a bottle. You might do it once, and you're damn lucky if so. And sure, there's definitely skill that comes with maintaining this fame, but it's not as simple as go be viral again. Like I said earlier, the US was worried that since ByteDance, TikTok's parent company, is based in China, that it could be used as a tool for the Chinese government to spy on us and get involved with our politics. And while I suppose that could happen, I don't see why China couldn't just hop on Facebook, you know what I mean, and just start posting propaganda. I feel like it's not out of the realm of possibilities. Also, what about companies like Temu, who steal a lot of our personal information, are also based in China, and they have some very sketchy and borderline illegal practices. I made a whole video about this if you want to go check that out after this one. Yet Temu is not being threatened to be banned in the United States. Before they made their decision to ban TikTok, Congress sat down with the CEO to see if they thought that banning TikTok was the right choice. And I'm gonna be so honest right now, these people should not be making this decision. This hearing really shows that the people who are making this decision to ban this beloved and in many ways helpful platform do not know what the hell they're talking about. The best way I can explain it is like explaining to your grandpa what the internet is. Wait. You're telling me that you make your money posting those stupid little videotapes on the mobile landline? I'm so lost. I mess around, but that's honestly not far off.
Mr. Chu, does TikTok access the home Wi-Fi network?
Only if the user turns on the Wi-Fi. I'm sorry, I may not understand the...
So if I have
question.
TikTok app on my phone and my phone is on my home Wi-Fi network, does TikTok access that network?
It will have to access the network to get connections to the internet, if that's the question.
I'm sorry, but if you don't know that a device has to connect to the Wi-Fi to get to the internet, you shouldn't be making the decision to ban these platforms. And there was this one girl who was asking questions to the CEO who was so fucking annoying.
Mr. Show, I'd like to direct your attention to the screen for a short video, if you don't mind.
Okay, so it says, me ASAF at the House Energy and Commerce Committee on 3/23/2023. So that's the meeting that they're in right now.
That video was posted 41 days ago. As you can see, it is captioned me as F.
As you can see, it was captioned me as F.
But more concerning is the fact that it names this chairwoman by name. Your own community guidelines state that you have a firm stance against enabling violence on or off TikTok. When there is a threat to public safety or an account is used to promote or glorify off-platform violence, we ban the account. This video has been up for 41 days. It is a direct threat to the chairwoman of this committee, the people in this room, and yet it still remains on the platform. And you expect us to believe that you are capable of maintaining the data security, privacy, and security of 150 million Americans, where you can't even protect the people in this room?
First of all, that was like a joke. Like it's a bad joke. It's not a funny joke. But it was this is a shitty shitpost video. Okay, pulling that up in court is so funny. Sometimes stuff slips through the cracks. Sometimes the moderation that they have set up doesn't catch certain things. It's not like a big video. It has like 100 likes, dude.
You damn well know that you cannot protect the data and security of this committee or the 150 million users of your app. And with that, I yield back.
Can I respond?
No, we're gonna move on.
What? I'm sorry, wait, what? Can I respond? No, we're gonna skip on. Bye. Dude, they just made very serious claims against this man. And they're just like, yeah, no, we're gonna move on. We're not gonna give you a chance to respond. That is so fucked up. You have to let this man respond. That's the whole point of this whole hearing. This congresswoman is over here yapping up a storm about stuff that she doesn't fully comprehend. And when the CEO goes to explain himself, they go, nah. We're gonna move on. What the fuck? This is so one-sided, and this one side doesn't know what the hell they're talking about.
A few minutes ago exposed that TikTok and ByteDance share legal teams. You confirmed this, correct?
Our general counsel is
Yes.
an American
Yes
lawyer,
Yes.
veteran of Microsoft.
Also, my colleague...
Let the man speak, dude. These are not yes or no questions. These are very nuanced answers that he must give in order to defend his platform. That smug-ass look she's got on her face. I got you, didn't I? I'm sorry. This is pissing me off. This is really annoying.
Access user data. Yes.
Let's, we have to be more specific.
Yes.
After
You
Project
say-
Texas, no.
I'm not asking after Project Texas. I'm asking now.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
Some user data is public data, Congresswoman.
Yes. No. Let the. I'm malfunctioning right now. Let the man speak. Okay. Let him cook.
Do you agree that TikTok is controlled by the CCP?
No.
Okay, I thought you'd say that. I disagree, as you thought I might say. Here's why I disagree. Your parent company is ByteDance, right?
That's correct.
Many of the workers who work at ByteDance, they're Communist Party members, right?
I wouldn't know.
And do you know of any other employees that work for ByteDance that are part of the Chinese Communist Party?
ByteDance owns Chinese businesses and they operate in China.
You don't know how many, but you acknowledge many must be card-carrying members of the CCP, right?
They're in the Chinese business, yes.
Here's the main point of concern. ByteDance, and also your TikTok employees that live in China, they must cooperate with Chinese intelligence whenever they are called upon. And if they are called upon, they're bound to secrecy. Mr. Chu, if the CCP tells ByteDance to turn over all data that TikTok has collected inside the US, even within Project Texas, they have to do so.
We built something where we take that data and put it out of reach. This is what we did. We put it out of reach.
Out of reach, but they own you.
No, we put it out of reach by storing them.
ByteDance owns TikTok. If ByteDance is and the CCP owns ByteDance because the CCP owns everybody in China. Correct.
Data is stored here in American soil by an American company.
Now, this congressman also acknowledged people like you and me in this rant as well.
I want to say this to all the teenagers out there and TikTok influencers who think we're just old and out of touch and don't know what we're talking about, trying to take away your favorite app. You may not care that your data is being accessed now, but it will be one day when you do care about it. And here's the real problem. With data comes power. They can choose what you see and how you see it. They can make you believe things that are not true. They can encourage you to engage in behavior that will destroy your life. Even if it is not happening yet, it could in the future.
I get where he's coming from, and he has a pretty decent point, but I just don't don't see a world where the Chinese Communist Party decides to take over TikTok and start spreading this communist propaganda, and everyone just suddenly becomes brainwashed. After TikTok got word that they were in threat of actually being banned, the CEO posted this video.
Hi everyone, the show here. Over the last few years, we have invested to keep your data safe and our platform free from outside manipulation. This legislation, if signed into law, will lead to a ban of TikTok. It will also take billions of dollars out of the pockets of creators and small businesses. It will put more than 300,000 American jobs at risk, and it will take away your TikTok. We will continue to do all we can, including exercising our legal rights, to protect this amazing platform that we have built with you. I encourage you to keep sharing your stories. Share them with your friends. Share them with your family. Share them with your senators. Make your voices heard.
After this video was posted, a movement began. Millions of people started posting videos with hashtag #KeepTikTok, where they would explain what TikTok means to them. People were flaming the out-of-touch Congress members.
Watching the congressional meeting today on TikTok made me realize that the majority of those Congress people were arrogant, condescending blowhards that know absolutely nothing about technology and social media in general.
Other people were calling their local senators and begging them not to ban TikTok.
And this would cause so much harm to people who are using social media to make an honest living. And voting to ban TikTok is a vote against our liberties as American citizens and our right to freedom of speech and expression.
People even posted like Sigma edits of the CEO. That goes incredibly hard. Honestly though, like, bro is a G, for real, for real. I think the CEO did a very good job at explaining how TikTok is valuable and why so many people use it, while also explaining their safety measures for children using the platform and keeping our sensitive data away from the Chinese Communist Party. And overall, he was just very patient with these very idiotic Congress people. It was pretty clear that the CEO was gonna fight this ban with all that they could, and he has some pretty good points to do so. And sure enough, that's exactly what they've done. TikTok is now suing the United States government for this ban being, quote, unconstitutional. They argue that the First Amendment of free speech is being violated by taking away this platform that over 100 million Americans use to express themselves. They're also arguing that they did not get a fair trial, which, I mean,
we have to be more specific.
Yes.
fair enough. So with all of that being said, will TikTok be banned? Or will they manage to weasel their way out of it? Well, it's hard to tell for sure. It's definitely possible that TikTok will win this lawsuit and end up getting away scot-free. I think they actually have a pretty good case to do so. And if they actually let the CEO cook for a minute, he might be able to clutch up and win this dubski for the squad. But I don't know. It's also very possible that the US hears what TikTok has to say and thinks that it is more important to suppress TikTok for being a, quote, national security risk rather than protecting the right of free speech. I personally think TikTok shouldn't be banned. It actually has a lot of benefits. And while I agree that it shouldn't be used on government devices, I don't really think a countrywide ban is necessary. TikTok is staying strong, saying that they will not sell to an American company because they think that this ban is wrong. And while I do agree with them, I think that if it came down to the wire, TikTok would definitely sell their company, or at least the US operations of it. I think that if this lawsuit were to fail and they had no other options, then they would definitely sell TikTok. If suddenly 170 million Americans vanished from their platform, that's a huge deal. And I don't believe that they're willing to lose that for no payout. I sometimes think that the US government and TikTok are playing this huge game of chicken. TikTok insisting that they won't sell, and the US insisting that they will ban it if they don't. They're trying to see who will fold first. Will the US government go back on their word and let it be? Or will TikTok end up selling it to an American company? Now, what I hope happens is that the US hears them out and realizes their mistake and either changes the law or disregards it. But to be honest, I think the most likely outcome of this whole situation is the US government hears out what they have to say and continues to be ignorant and confused. They will likely barely even listen to what the CEO has to say, and they'll just be thinking, well, China and communism and security of national risk. Me no likey. The way these congressmen and women acted during the first hearing was absolutely ridiculous, which leads me to believe that they're going to be super stubborn throughout this whole process. I'm hopeful that TikTok will find a way to clutch up this dub, but I'm starting to doubt it, no cap, TBH, for real, on God. But I don't know. That's just what I think. Let me know what you guys think in the comments of this video. I'm really curious to hear what you guys have to say. Do you think it should be banned? And do you think it will be? Also, if you enjoyed hearing me yap in this video, then go check out my podcast, Are We Bad People? Me and my friend Ryder talk about random stuff every single week for about an hour. Go check it out. All right. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.